Okay.
You walking the party?
He skipped the wire back there. He got tight.
All right. Dropping down that couple on the low, sir.
Look, you empty? I'm trying to hit the middle. Keep off of it.
Yeah. Oh, they never told me that. They never told me.
That's a 3.
Well, let me flip this thing then. And then flip it back, just so I know I'm getting it right.
Carlo to that Mike Wise.
Come on, Marlon.
Started coming in on it yet?
I've never changed what I do.
Alright, 'cause I got a weak ass boat, so, be a little minute to stop this. Probably start topping on that second shift, so I'm trying to figure out what you want to do. It want to be better for me, but it's up to you.
That one, if you want me to keep coming on the one, I can keep coming on the one. Not a problem at all, Rear Skipper. Or I can hold down here for you. Whatever you need me to do, that's what I'm going to do.
Alright, yeah, if you can hold them, let me get my top, I'm going to have to break that slide pretty good. You do that for me too. Like I said, they come around in the 2.
I'm I've got her cut back on the clutch here, Cap. I'm slowing her down for you.
All right, that'll work. Appreciate you.
Yeah, you got one, bud. It's a little dim, but it's out there. Lewis to the Mike Wise.
Likewise, Liz, go ahead.
Hey, coming down behind that Marlowe. I'm heading down a little bit below unit, so it's welcome. What can I do you for?
Well, I'm just kind of trying to slow down there a little bit with that Marlowe, let it get situated. Either or, whatever. I can keep her widening out for the one whistle there a little bit as I'm here, but I'm just kind of floating down low.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm good with either one. I heard y'all talking and just knocked him out of gear, but yeah, I'll just come by both of y'all in the morning.
That all works with you there, Marlowe. I've got you going down here. Kind of sit out there in the morning.
Yeah, that'll work. I'm coming up on the first ship now. I'm about to start my top in a minute, so rise and I'll be out your way in no time.
Okay, I'll be over here favoring the Zeno being inside and slowing down, staying low for you and everything.
I appreciate that. Hello, Mike Wise. Yeah, come on for that too. I'm making my top now.
Well, we are finishing up here at Darrow. We're like, what was that? My 174 lower miss. That's just traffic. That's traffic channel. Turn it down actually. Yeah, we got they're putting in that load. We got another light load going here. That barge slides out 200 foot. Put one right where it's at. Cap it off. That's it. I don't need all that racket. But yeah, what we lack is basically putting in. They're finishing up wiring those barges, but we've got one more to put in, or one more to get. We'll stick it right there. That's about it. Some wiring. Not a whole lot. It's gone pretty good today. We picked up 9 barges, and of course they were up in the fleet, so they had to dig them out of their fleet and all that. Punk and Bazette ranges right here. These are ship ranges. What they do, these ranges, you see there's a forward range and there's a rear range. When those are lined up across here, they're lined up with the smoke bin ranges, and they line up with those. And when they're in a straight line, it shoots right across there. That's how the ships know when they're in the ranges. It's the ship channel, basically, is what I'm getting at. You'll see it right here, like where we are, and then it shoots straight across. You can actually see where the ranges are. And it's how the ships know where the deepest part of the channel is. And they can, they navigate down here on this lower end. There's ship channels down on this lower end, below Baton Rouge. And they keep them dredged out to where these deep draft ships can run in the river. And they obviously don't dredge out bank to bank so they keep the ship channel dredged out. I think 60 foot is that's maybe not. I don't. I really, yeah, 60 foot sounds right. I'm not for sure on how deep they keep them, the ship channels dredged, but that's what that is. That's what that is. Navigation lights, pumpkin bazette, they call it. Well, we're just laid here against the bank. I've actually just got one knuckled into the bank there, so we're just kind of holding it in flat here while they finish wiring up this stuff, picking up our stuff, and then we'll flip out off the hill and get out of here. We're facing northbound, and we'll be headed northbound. See, we've got all our... We're faced up to this. We're faced up to this stuff. Let's see here. Think. We got our. We'll put a set of wing wires out there. Our Spectra. But that's how we're faced up. Caps and lime. Got one lead high, one lead low. So that's the difference in an empty loaded barge. These are empty. That's a loaded barge. But that's our evening. Really pretty evening. Moon coming out. Oh, I'm just now noticing the moon. Sunset, moonrise. But yeah. Still here at Darrow. Like I said, we picked up 9 to hit 9 here. So actually it's going pretty good. They had 4 of them that were at wash dock when we got here. That they were still cleaning out. And they got them done, and yeah, all we like's we got a light load that they're gonna stick in, and that's how that'll go. Kind of getting ready to. Getting everything ready. We got to run up to Baton Rouge. What are we? 74. We're about 50 mile up there to Baton Rouge, so we'll take fuel and fuel and supplies and all that good stuff. Somebody wants to know when my next trip up to La Crosse area. Beyond this trip, I get off here. I get off here Friday, and I'm at least taking a month off, and then that's a plan. That's always a plan. It's always a plan. Take a month off, and then I don't know. Maybe next trip. Upper's opening up. Yeah. So somebody says, come run the Ohio. Man, I really think my Ohio River days are done. We don't run. There's not a lot of running up there that, to be real honest with you, I'll be real candid about that. They just don't pay. I mean, it's really easy to find Ohio River pilots or somebody that'll run up there. So I started my career up there running. I ran for a few trips up there regular, but really, I love the Ohio, especially running up that upper end. It's been a while. It's been probably about 2013, 2014 since I've been up a long ways up on that Ohio. Yeah, Duckwater, the Ohio. That's normal, but hey, I've definitely made those Cincinnati bridges when that river was humping. That'll make anybody that says that Ohio River's an easy river to run. It's like everywhere, man. In ideal conditions, it's really easy to run about anywhere, but that Ohio it's a locking river. It's wide. It's yeah. So when it's That's traffic. That's New Orleans traffic.
Coming out on one load. I'm sorry, I better check it. I even turned it to 5.
One load, where you headed to?
164 Cooper.
All right, thank you.
That's traffic. But yeah, the that Ohio River. You know, I mean, I've even gotten to it. You know, I've gotten the habit myself of saying it's an easy river to run, bathtub water up there, and normally that's true. But it's like anywhere else. It can get treacherous, trust me. Anybody that wants to, that's not familiar with Ohio and not run up there, catch that Cincinnati Bridge is southbound when that water's humping, and then get back to me and tell me how easy that Ohio is to run. It's like anything. It's you know, if you're well posted and you run it, then it's obviously going to be easy to run. But yeah, it can pose its own difficulties. Yeah, there. Somebody says hours of boredom with moments of terror. That's it, man. I think Mark Twain, or it was. I know that's kind of how it's been put, but it really does fit. We have, long. Hopefully, the more hours of boredom, the better. But it's those brief moments of terror that we all experience. If you're a riverboat pilot out here and you don't experience moments of terror now and again, then you're not working yourself hard enough. That's all I got to say. Yeah. I really don't. I've got away from criticizing. In my young, arrogant career, I'd say, I still have a little arrogance in me now and again, but I remember thinking I was, this heavy tow lower pilot. So it was beneath me to run in certain areas, but I've been made to look a fool with a boat smaller than that, with one deck barge, and yeah, had hell. It was setting up there at Catoosa, a boat I was unfamiliar with, handled totally different than what I was used to, and didn't know the characteristics of what I was dealing with, and it makes it complicated. It's like anything, you get good at what you're trained at and you get practice at, man, and that's kind of how that goes. I really don't I don't like to disparage any area of the river. That's me. I've run long enough where I've had hell about everywhere. I give it respect. There's all areas of due respect, and I welcome the boredom. Am I blurry? I'm looking blurry. Yeah, I welcome the boredom.
Similar?
Yeah.
We just got supplied. There might be some of that drawdown. Let me look at this.
Yeah. Like I said, every section of the river's got its difficulties. But yeah, that Ohio River, it's been a while, like I said, since I've run up far. Now, of course, I get up in the Ohio. I've been up in the Ohio about, this trip quite a bit, actually, because we were running, I've been up to Kentucky Lock, and so you got to run up the Ohio to get to Paducah. So, yeah. I really do consider myself a lower pilot. I'm definitely, the areas that I'm most posted in are the lower Mississippi River. It's the area that I feel most comfortable in. It's the area I prefer to run, is the lower Mississippi River. But somebody wants to know, hey Cap, have you ever been stuck in the river? Oh yeah, more times than I can count. About every river. Yeah, I've been stuck. I mean, I guess you're meaning aground. I don't like stuck anywhere. I hadn't been stuck anywhere as far as career-wise, I've always managed to move around quite a bit. That was my goal. I mean, I set that out as a goal as a young pilot to be able to run anywhere, any size boat. That's all I wanted, was to be able to run anywhere. I didn't want to be limited. I didn't want my abilities to limit me making a paycheck. And so I've made sure that I've kept myself as well rounded as possible. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know why I question that. This trip I did. I mean, I really pulled it a lot this trip. I started out on one of the biggest boats down here. You know, the William Strait, and big beautiful ride. Started out my trip on there running front watch, and then went to back watch on the Tate Ogles. We got on there and went to back watch. So was I back watch? Yeah, when I got on, I think it was. Man, that's how long this trip's been. It doesn't. It seems like it was a whole different. It doesn't even seem like it's the same trip. The first of this trip. It's been a long one, y'all. I'm really not much more of a 30-day man anymore. I don't ride more than 30 days, and I'm gonna have close to 50 days in this trip. I think 47. I think I'll have. That's well more than what I like to ride, but you know, circumstances, I'd agree to do it. So they're sliding that barge out right now. That's what they're doing. Sliding that one out so they can put that other. We've got a light load that it's going to go in there, and then they'll drop it back down on it and wire everything in. See the guys out there walking around. I had a question earlier about those cover tops, these cover tops. If the guys could get on each side and lift them off, and I really don't think that you realize the size, or whoever posed that question doesn't realize the size and scope of the things out here. Those cover tops, they use cranes to get them off, and they're broken into sections. It's not one whole thing. It's broke into sections, and actually, you see the lids on them. One man can actually open the lid on those, and that's about it. There's no lifting those up without a crane. I don't know. I tried to guess what they were, and I guess they weigh as much as a pickup, maybe, or a car. Tried just each section. Those things are huge. They're huge. I've seen 80-mile-an-hour winds and not budge them, but I've seen them blow the lids right there. You see these little individual lids. I've seen them pop those open. But
Flatten it out. It's down by the breakout station.
it sometimes are. That's not all my guys on that channel. That's some of the other guys. There are other people down here. There's just a limited number of channels, so you get a lot of folks on a working channel that you're trying to work. It's hard to find a clear channel down here. I'm speaking of marine radio channels.
Like this turn a little bit more.
See, I don't know. That's not nobody working with us right there. Did you holler, Wesley?
Yeah, I just double check right here. You come in on your load. You good with one straight press, or you want to press me?
Man, that's your call. I wanted to stay together. I trust your judgment, brother. You know that. Whatever you think looks good. If it's good, if you think it's good for me. That's my mate Wesley. He was just asking about wires, which what I wanted to lay out there, and I really don't. There's folks got preferences, but I trust his judgment enough, and he's gonna lay that really well. We'll be good. We'll be good. But yeah, pretty even. Somebody wants to know if my dog's ever been on the river. No, really not much of a situational setup for that. That would cause too much trouble. Somebody know how we made it through the storm the other night. Made it great. Wasn't bad at all. After the live feed video, I went downstairs and went to bed. Not too long after that, my partner took off. He got underway, and we made it on down the fleet. Wasn't bad at all. It was kind of a normal thing. What up, Wesley? Oh, no, I thought you called. Right, Joe. Well, we like just gonna get in that last one and stick it in the hole and drop that one on it.
And I would like,
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I think they canceled. I think it's all. I'm pretty sure they canceled one, or I don't know. Oh, we're good. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, no problem.
at the top of the fleet, so be a minute.
All right, sounds good, man. We'll be standing by. Yeah, streaming. Somebody says I've been a streaming machine the past few days. Mainly it's because of just I good signal area, and I've had time to do it. I'm all I'm doing right now is just making sure that this boat doesn't move, making sure everything stays steady while they're wiring stuff in and bringing barges. So it's not too much for me to do. It's not too much of a distraction. We are. Somebody will know where we're at. We're mile 174 on the lower Mississippi River. Darrow, Louisiana. Just kind of a nice evening. I've been enjoying it. We are headed, when we get done here, we'll head to Baton Rouge to get some fuel, and we're on northbound. We are on northbound, headed north. That's all I know. Friday, that's where I'm going. I'm driving northbound until Friday. The weirdest thing I've ever seen on the river. Have to put out a video on that one. It was actually Red Wing, Minnesota. Me and a mate were convinced in the fog one time that we were watching a serial killer. I don't think it gets much weirder than that. There was a lot of imaginations at work in that situation. I was a young pilot, and the mate was my old mate that I was working with. I was working with a pilot, Do I like daytime or not? Um, it matters on where I'm running. I mean, to be real honest, one of my really happy places is southbound on the lower Mississippi River, in the middle of nowhere, like below Memphis, below Helena, um, with no traffic around and nothing but my podcast playing. Because, then I can just drive a boat. I can do what I really enjoy. I just drive a boat. I don't have to deal with people. When it's just me and the river and the barges. In the middle of the night, out in the middle of nowhere, with a little bit of a challenging river, I like a challenge to keep me on my toes and keep me alert. But I'll put on a podcast or audio book and drive. I mean, and without interruptions. That's my favorite. That's my happy place. That's my happy place. Um, I don't like a real, if it gets too, that's the deal, a real boring watch. Well, I say boring. I like them boring, but I like to be driving a boat. I mean, I like a little bit of a challenge, and it's not, as long as everything's operating right, that stretch, it won't let my guard down. I'll put it that way. It keeps me kind of alert. It doesn't keep me on I was going to say on my toes, but not really. I mean, I can sit back and get in a groove, and that's my happy place. Favorite boat you've run to date? My favorite boat. I tell you what, earlier this trip, getting on that Williams Strait, I didn't ride it. I don't know about a regular ride, but I was just on there for like a week, 5 to 7 days. I can't remember. I wasn't even on there a full week. I was on there filling in for Captain Kenny, and that was, man, you can't, if you go back and watch the video of my walkthrough on that boat, it's hard not to have it as definitely one of my favorite boats. And those big old long, old school Dravos, those 50s era, 190 foot Dravos are a dream to drive. The handling characteristics are so much different. It's night and day I say night and day. There's definitely more different varieties, but from this boat, what they call a bobtail boat, they handle so differently. Those boats they're so big, man. They're so big and they hold the water so well. They're fun to drive. I mean, I've now hold on. Let me back that up. My favorite boat to drive was probably my 23-foot Sea Ray. Now, if you can get either that or my Aunt Nellie Perry had a sailboat that was like I don't know, what was that thing, like a 14, 16-foot sail. When I say sailboat, it was like a dolphin style. They weren't not. I'm talking bare basic, where you had a sail. They were as basic a sailboat as you can get, and it was kind of a family tradition for Aunt Nellie to take everybody out and teach them how to sail. She would take you out, and you'd go out. She would purposely tip the boat over to where your sail was down in the water, your mast was in the water, and you had to get that thing back upright and be back sailing again. Once you did that, you'd go out for your solo. Yeah, a sunfish sailboat, that's what it was. Somebody said it, somebody called it. Then after that, you'd get a chance to go out for your first solo. And I remember my first solo. I was listening to somebody on the radio. That was my buddy. Have I ever had an accident on the river? Yes. More than I care to recall. If you've been, I mean, I used to think when I was a young pilot, I was one of those ones that said I was never going to have an accident. And I didn't realize how naive I was at that time, because number one, they're not all, not all accidents are caused by you. Matter of fact, I've been sitting right here and got sideswiped before by a boat that had came in here, and had some difficulties and a barge landed on us. So. Yeah, there's a dedicated container boat. I think it's called SCF's got. So somebody asked that. I'm trying to answer some of the questions. Yeah, there's a container boat that runs. SCF's got it. I think it's got a raised wheelhouse on it or something. But yeah, they've got one that runs with the containers. Rescued anyone on the river? Yep, I've got videos of it. We rescued an old man and a cat from a big sailboat at that was stuck up on the sandbar in the middle of the night. Yeah, that. Now, as far as yeah. I mean, I've been involved in the saving of a few folks, and I don't know if they were necessarily death's door, but yeah, I've been involved in some. I've been involved in quite a few incidents where we've done some rescuing. But like I say, nice evening. Thought I'd catch a little live stream. I've got decent signal and sun was going down. I thought it was real pretty, so I thought I'd catch some of that. Now you can see the sunset, so got a moonlight out. Oh yeah. But that's pretty much it. We're just we'll be sitting here. I don't know if y'all heard the radio, but he's got to go get that one out the fleet. He's got to get our last barge out of the fleet. He said it was on their upper fleet. Long and short, it's going to take him a little while to get it out of there. They've got to do some rearranging to get to the barge that we need, so he'll get it and bring it to us. So oh yeah, somebody mentions on here Captain Tom Struve. If you go look at his boat, Captain Struve's got a his book. Sorry, I said boat. His book's got a lot of my pictures in it. I'm familiar with Captain Tom. Yep. Matter of fact, yeah, I've got like I said, his last published book. He got permission from me to publish a bunch of. I think a lot of them are still shots or screenshots or still shots from my videos, but and some of the pictures. Yeah, he had full permission to do that. I gave him and his publisher. I think I had to. I don't remember if I did written permission. I might just send him an email. But yeah, Captain Tom's very, very neat guy. I've watched. I think he does it. I think there's a YouTube video of him talking about his book and stuff. But very interesting fella. I'm a Captain Tom Struve fan. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anyway, I think that's about it. We're gonna be sitting here. A lot of it's just gonna be me sitting and looking at nothing for a while. So. Looking back at Sunshine Bridge. But
Got 5 loads in 25 empties, 30 altogether. The all dry car.
Okay, 25 loads and 5 empties?
No, the other way around. 5 loads and 25 empties.
All right, Cap. Come on up. Give us another quick call. Excuse me, up there around Branch End. The dealing Deloach coming down with a load at homeless.
That's fine, thank you, appreciate it.
Who's going all the way up, Cap?
Yes, sir. I'll get some stuff from cable.
My buddy.
Cap, well, come on.
Thank you, sir.
He's on there talking to New Orleans traffic. But that's it. That's CF Industries. I think I've mentioned that multiple times. But not a bad evening. Not a bad evening. Anyway, so now then, chill time.